Hello everyone, welcome to the stream tonight. Hope you're having a great time. I'm back here working on our colony and ancillary things. Yeah, let me go around, show you what I did, and also Dr. Morg is on. Boop. And I'm going to bring him into the chat so that we can talk about it. He should be coming here soon, I suspect. Oh, looks like he disconnected from Discord. Oh, he was on there earlier, just in the other channel. Anyways, we'll see him, I presume. If not, oh well. Yeah, so I was digging down under here so they could put these growth accelerators down, but I seem to have noticed, I think I noticed something. A couple times when I would be off for a while and then I'd log in, all of the plants would be grown, like all of them. And then, but they wouldn't have been harvested, but then the thing sweeps around and harvests them all, right? I'm like, well, is it like not harvesting them at all when we're offline? So I don't even know if this create harvester thing even works when we're offline. So I kind of wanted to work on some other things. We've got the bonsai pots, which I think is pretty cool. And then this, I do believe this works offline because we did get quite a few emerald things or diamond things. I've been using them. You notice I got some diamond gear. There's Dr. Morg. He's just standing there. But yeah. One guy says, "Hey friend, how are you?" Yeah. So we've been upgrading the colony things to level 3. Let's hop up here so we can kind of see. And that's the one that starts to be mostly made out of the stone brick. So we'll see that as we go, a lot of these will start to become stone bricks. This is a level 3 builder. We've got our fisherman. And then other things. I'm doing pretty good. Weekends are always good days for me. A lot less stress and things to worry about. But yeah. I think we got lightning strike on our university because it had a lot of the wooden blocks missing and things.
Repair it.
I told it to build the next level and it hasn't yet, but it still works. Like you can still tell them to research things, but there's just, a big gaping hole in the ceiling. But yeah. But I don't know. I guess I could check what the university for the level.
What do we got for power options? I know we got like big reactors, whatever.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Which there's a bee, and then there's crops. There's everything we need for it.
Yeah, I made because we've got the create alternator, but it doesn't do very much. Well, it's a create add-on alternator. And then the coal generator takes coal. I did make the integrated dynamics generator and stuck it next to your thing. And because it can burn the wax. So yeah. I'm like, well, because you've got the honey going, but only when the other things. But we don't have we need a way to get it automatically from the hives over.
Well, right, but I want to get power solved.
Yeah. But yeah, the deep resonance, you need to go find the crystal things for that.
Well, no, I don't like deep resonance anyways. What do we got for wireless power transfer?
I mean, you've got the wireless. Well, I don't know. There's the heat transfer, but that's heat, not power.
We don't have cyclic.
Yeah, there's wireless XNet, but that's not the easiest. Oh, there's a wireless chargers, but it just charges blocks in an area.
We just need power. What's the best option for that then?
I think the reactors, maybe. Oh, it does the bigger reactors version instead of the extreme reactors version. I know it's the same. It is, but it's different. Yeah.
We don't even really have capacitors.
Yeah. Do we have? Is there like a uranium bee or something?
Yeah, there is.
Does it make? Okay, it doesn't like the. It probably does all the ores version. What?
At least I thought.
Is it not make the uranium?
Radioactive comb.
Oh, it's radioactive?
Yeah,
okay.
That turns into... Oh, they don't have it set up. But it's supposed to be radioactive comb.
Well, yeah, but if you look at all the others, like the lapis comb, just says it gives you honey and wax. And even like a lot of these that you actually get something from, it just says honey and wax. Or is it... Or do you have to have it set up? Well, does your iron comb have a...
Well, let's see. Let's look at...
Iron comb... Yeah, iron comb doesn't say it gives you the iron ore chunks, but it obviously is.
Yeah, the radioactive would.
Yeah.
It should.
But...
And to get that...
Do you see I set up the prosperities?
Radioactive bee. But see, the radioactive bee, it just says they can only breed with themselves, but I think you have to...
Is there a conversion thing?
No, you have to use the incubator. You have to get the radioactive spawn egg.
Well, yeah, but you have to have the bee for that. You have to have the gene sample from it, and you have to put that in a hive that has radioactive bees already.
No, you extract it and you make it or something? At least that was my kind of understanding of it. I don't know, I'm really tired. It's been a long day.
Yeah, I don't know. What the... somebody needs to be whopped.
See, this is why I don't like bees.
Yeah, well, and I like bees, but like if the care hasn't been put in to make it work really well, then it's really annoying because you're like, why didn't they do this? Something, yeah.
We don't have sprinklers. Do we have growth?
We have the growth accelerators, but I think that might be mystical ag only.
We do have the... We don't have the dirt.
What, the mystical ag farmland?
Yeah.
It's there. I'm totally using it already.
Oh, okay, it's farmland, it's not...
Yeah.
Dirt.
Well, it's always just been farmland.
Yeah.
I don't know if you need a silk touch to pick it up once you place it down, but...
There's a farmer bee. Harvest crops and leaves.
Yeah,
And
so
meth.
I've got a
You can
Supremium here in my cloche. Are you okay there, buddy? What's going on over here? Okay. But then on the ground, I put this one, and he's got the tertium underneath him, and then
Gotcha.
12 of these level 1 growth accelerators. So he's all maxed out as what he can do without going ham on the others. But I don't know if you caught it, but I was telling the stream, the create farm here, I don't think it harvests when you're not online. Because I've got on and all of the plants are fully grown and it's just going around and harvesting them all. Like, why wouldn't they have been harvested over time unless it just doesn't go when you're offline? So maybe the create mechanisms don't actually do their thing when the player's not online.
There is a create chunk loader. I don't know if they have it added.
It's not added in this pack. I looked.
Okay.
Like, we have no chunk loaders other than the FTB chunks. Because if you search for chunk, you get just a chunky turtle and a chunk controller from Advanced Peripherals and all other things like that, but no like chunk loader.
Let's see. There's nothing under harvester. There's nothing really under farmer.
Yeah, like the cloche and the create is the only things I actually found that can auto harvest plants for you. Well, and besides the mine colonies. I just it's feeling 100% like modded 118 is just not ready for packs yet.
No, they just don't have all the stuff added. Dude, there are a lot of mods they don't have added.
But this has all the mods.
Like I said, dude, I had a lot more mods added.
I know. Now, does that that one IC2 one that I sent the link in the Discord channel, what was it? Industrial Reborn. Does it have a farmer type
I don't
block?
think so, no.
I want to look again. I think I clicked away from it.
Oh, what's it?
Let's look. Industrial Reborn. Go. It says machines, iron furnace, electric furnace, crusher, compressor, extractor, sawmill, extruder, alloy smelter, recycler, canning machine, fluid enricher, fermenter. Now I know IC2 had some sort of farming thing that it could do.
Yeah, remember it had the crop sticks originally.
Yeah.
That's where... Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd have to load it up to actually see. But I don't know if this has them all.
There's a whole bunch out there. They're not... They don't have... Because I had found or I saw a whole bunch, and maybe there's a reason why they didn't add it.
Alright, 118 farm says...
I'm thinking maybe, and then, you know, we use tomorrow and the next day,
searching
and we add in We just keep this world. We just add in a couple mods.
Okay, there is Farmers I guess that's a food mod, isn't it? Farmers
Yeah, that's
Delight.
food. That's in here.
Yeah. Mob grinding utils doesn't have plant farming.
Mhm.
Thermal cultivation. There's no 118 for thermal, isn't there?
No, not yet.
And then why is it returning in my search? Stupid.
At least,
Search forge
I don't
on
think so.
returns. No, I just checked. It doesn't have any 118 files.
See, Cyclic is updated. Cyclic has a farmer and wireless energy and all that. We could just add Cyclic to it.
Well, at that point, we're just developing exigents.
I know.
Well, then why don't we just do that?
Well, no, I mean, like, we still play on this world. We just add in a couple, a few mods.
We just turn it into...
No, because, I mean, there's mods in here I'm not going to have.
Well, yeah, well, then we take those ones out. And then we just...
No, we leave all
world.
those in and we see how they work together. Oh, Lost Cities has been updated.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Well, there's a more recent one update.
Oh.
We add in that. Is range pumps in here? No. Oh yeah, it is. So far, I'm only talking about adding in one mod. Bonsai.
Yeah, there's bonsai trees, but it's just trees. It's not plants.
Yeah.
I mean, the cloches is...
botany.
The cloches is all we have.
Which why cyclic would be one.
Yeah, well, then let's... Like, what are the things from this that you want to have? You want...
No, I mean, there's still stuff in here I want to check out, right? Like blue skies. I want to check that out.
Yeah, we can check that out as we work
I'm talking
on a
about
mod
just
pack.
adding in one right now, just cyclic.
I know,
just
but
so
there's
you can have
how much of
automatic
this? But how much of this do you like? I don't care about.
Mods in here.
Yeah.
Like bees, yeah, probably remove that.
I actually want to keep the bees in. I think if we might, if we configure it right, it might be a good thing. But yeah, it's going to be tricky, I think. But I'm kind of up for that challenge. But it's because if we want overworld generation, which I think we do, we don't want Skyblock again.
Oh, Solar Flux has been.
If we
updated.
get a good, a handful of ways to get resources. So like, quarries, bees.
There's a quarry here.
Magical crops. Yeah, but the quarry here is gated behind finding the Alvamadium. Like, I get it, but like, what's the point? You know.
But you have, Portality's been updated.
Like, I have to go mining. Apparently, I have to go mining in a mountain biome, and I hope I get lucky before I can do a quarry. It's like, so all it is making me not do a quarry until I go mining in a certain place and get lucky.
Oh, shrink.
That seems not fun, you know? I don't care if it's a complicated rabbit hole. Like, oh, if you breed the bees up to a certain level and you breed like radioactive with some ender dragon bee or something together, and then you get all the modium bee, it's like, okay, that's fine and we can get it then, but
Yeah, there's just.
But just hoping you get lucky when you're going to do a thing that might be far away from where you want to build your base. Just seems not fun.
Oh, time in bottles.
Ooh, Brinley wants a job. Brinley can go be a guard or something.
I mean, you're having fun with the things. What you call it?
What things?
The mine colonies is.
I mean, my colonies always does. It like takes up a lot of attention, and I'm like, yeah, okay, we could, but I don't.
I'm not.
No.
I don't want to put mine colonies in it. No.
Yeah, so like, okay, we're not gonna have half the mods, or at least a good portion of the ones we've been doing in this world. So like, I might actually think of adding in the domum ornamentum or whatever. Let them create these blocks and do fun things with it or whatever. But like, not mine colonies. We're gonna put in mine colonies. Then I want to make it integrated into the progression. And I don't know if I really like that idea. I mean, I do. I just don't know if I want it.
Yeah, I don't think it.
Yeah, because like, it's kind of what my plan for the the not so simple mode for simplicity. But yeah, it's very much if I do it, that's, yeah. And I can kind of get configure all the, mine colonies fixed with that, so. Well, poor Nova, she like wants, I think ladders. Nobody's been getting her ladders. It's so rude.
Let's go to manage mods, add mods. JEI, yes. Mouse tweaks, yes. Controlling, yes. Journey map, yes.
I do.
Skill clumps.
Oh, I took all the prosperity combs. And I will put Mystical Ag in, but I will like heavily gate it. That's the thing too.
Oh, are you talking about which one are you talking about for
Exigence? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's going in. But it's gonna be like close to end game.
Yeah.
Basically, your choice is like, should I do a huge quarry, or should I just do crops?
Yeah, so like the infusion altar and the things, I think that's the way we gated it in Exigence 1, is you had to runic altar craft them. So I mean,
don't know how
Britannia was like the beginning of the magic-y stuff, and so it wasn't too far into the pack that you could get magical crops. But yeah, the power that you can get from the magical crops is pretty big, so I would want it to be, whatever crafting recipe I have for it, it would be complicated. It might be a 9x9 crafting that does whatever, blah blah blah, or something.
Yeah. Why is Bios of Plenty not downloaded? Okay, I'll work on it. Nope, error occurred.
keep forgetting which of these has the planks in it. Down here, okay. Did you see how the bonsai pots are? There's no hopping bonsai pot, but you can upgrade the bonsai pot with a hopper, and it will automatically pull the things. And if you give it you have to give it an axe and a hopper for it to automatically chop down the tree and place the things underneath it. And then if you give it a beehive, any fruits or things like that from the tree, it will be able to get those.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty neat.
What? Oh, man. Like, I like using this GD launcher for building the pack, but it's also super annoying. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, building the export for it, I found the CurseForge launcher to be the best to export the thing properly.
Yeah, I'm downloading the mod, so.
Yeah, once you get it, like the CurseForge isn't bad for pulling the mods and getting them. It's just not good after that. So like testing this, adding this in, testing this and doing this and all that, I'd like to use multi-MC or something like that for it. But that's weird. Where's my... There it is.
Now the question is, it is going to install Overwolf.
Yeah, because it's Overwolf with a CurseForge plugin. That's what it is.
Don't like that.
Yeah. Part of me wants to because I could, after doing the pack development that I've done so far, like creating the export for it, like I know exactly how to do it by hand. It's just that some of it is annoying and tedious.
No, the export's fine.
But I'm like, if you make a script to do that.
The problem is, like, okay, when I did, I mean, it took me well, not constant work, but it took me like a week to get the original exigence going, like working, to where I could send it to you.
Yeah.
And then once you have a working,
and the way
just update and
what
add.
you sent to me was it just a zip file of your folder, or did you export it?
I think I just sent you the zip file, but
yeah.
But regardless, like to get to that point is what I'm getting at. Is the hardest part, one of the hardest part.
I mean, like if you have mods that conflict with each other, yes. Then you have to resolve the conflicts.
Okay, skip intro. I don't care about you. Choose game, sure, Minecraft. Setup, Curse Forge, Minecraft, modding folder. Sure, standard. Okay, let's see. Create a custom profile.
How much? And I don't know what causes that. Because you can get, so the prosperity seeds and the solium seed, I guess the solium seeds, you can only use it in crafting the things. Oh, great. The bad guys are coming to kill us or something. Where is the inferium seeds?
This thing's not like green. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, and then, but once you get that, you can't. Alright, northeast, you gonna help me take care of these guys? Oh, I see their camp. It's like straight north from the colony. Slightly to the east, and that's why it says northeast, but... Oh, here they come. Coming down the river. And here comes Zipper, popping up out of the water in front of them.
Now, is this gonna be... Let's see, let me type in... Ender IO. And it doesn't show up. Good, okay. I'm just looking at the... I'll be back!
Alright, got him!
Curse Forge to install the mods. Is it smart enough to...
To download dependencies, yeah.
Yeah. Well, dependencies and...
Ha! Free charcoal.
Not download something if it doesn't...
Like not the fabric ones?
Yeah, like it'll be like...
I think it does. They've done some work to make it so that in a Forge project you can't add fabric mods. I don't know if it's perfect or not, but I believe they have done some work for that.
I mean, that's basically all I really want.
Ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. Ba-doop. And sort. Yeah, but having... Well, it's either we gate the infusion altar stuff or we gate the prosperity. I don't know how to, other than just making it not... or, you know, terrain gen and making it hard to get through some crafting thing.
We gate the crystals. So like you could do all the tier 1 stuff, so you can have dirt or
okay. So but you can't
craft any tier 2 things.
Is the tiered crystals
they're
updated?
Yeah, they're in there.
Because we just have the one. Sure. No, we just have the one crystal. We've got the regular and the master, but we don't have the tiered.
Okay, then we take a book from like PO3, and we make, or we add in the crystals. Like I mean, they're in there. Yeah. Look, I see them right there. The diamonds.
These guys? Those are the default ones. But I just look. There is 118 versions of the Mystical Agriculture tiered crystals mod.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is tiered crystals. And they've had 41,000 downloads already. So there may be a pack already using it.
Are we going to use ore excavation?
Yeah, this... I don't know if you noticed, but the update...
They changed it.
It to the Ultimine. I like the ore excavation better because you can tell it to shape 5x5. And because I love doing that with the when you're down vein mining in the mines, is just say, hey, do a 5x5, go. Yeah, here's the thing. I love mine colonies, but I hate gathering the resources for them. Like in the testing for simplicity that I've been doing, I just go in creative mode and just give them all the resources. It's so much easier. I've only done that like twice here. So I'm like, I don't want to go and do a bunch of these architectural cutter crafts, and some of them need acacia, some of them need spruce, and some of them need this, and you're just like, not good enough. But see, just say, have them all, and then they're done, and it makes it easy. But you still don't have ladders? Oh my goodness. Sorry, girl. I keep not giving you ladders. I will make ladders for you. Promise. How many more ladders does she need? Here. Have some ladders. And go take Nova the ladders. Raul's got it. Do. Yeah, I like the idea of making the infusion altars hard, and then the tiered crystals have to be done in a hard way as well.
Yeah. Jade. Yep, okay. That's what I'm putting on.
Yeah, because we could totally do... Well, yeah, infusion altar's hard, but you have to upgrade the crystals in the infusion altar.
Or something else.
And that's why, like, like PO3 did, where you have to have metals to upgrade them as well.
Oh well, they did that. That was from
that was that was to upgrade the essences in PO3 and PO2. But I would say to upgrade the crystals, you have to have something else. Like to make the initial crystal, like, yeah, you need, it says a diamond, some prosperity, and inferium. But I would like make that harder or something. Like instead of a diamond, you need to have the inferium gemstone or something. And in order to do that, you need to do it with
Are we doing extreme or big reactor?
in exigence. I think we decided extreme.
Extreme, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't you have a version already started?
Yeah, not anymore.
But it died, okay. Did you get Industrial Reborn?
Not yet, I'm not down there.
Yeah, make sure you get it. Okay, I get it. Somebody's being an idiot here nearby us. You getting these on your phone?
Yeah, the abduction.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got another one, yep.
Yeah. Tell
Tell
stupid people to
Malibu?
Yeah, tell them to not be idiots. Leave the kids alone. Come on, guys. But I do like the integrated dynamics. I think we need to do more stuff with them. Like there's the berries. What sort of things? Like maybe you have to use crystallized mineral in something. Interesting. Oh, they have the purple one. What is the crystallized chorus? Ooh, what is that? How do you get that? From pop chorus fruit in a squeezer.
Yeah, I saw that. It's a new one.
I like it, because that means you have to go to the end. So they're not doing that, at least soon. I mean, yeah, getting to the end is not hard. Speedrunners do it real quick. Although we could make it hard. I don't know the easiest way to make it hard, though. Just not have...
I wonder if we could change instead of Eyes of Enders.
Yeah, or crafting the Eyes of Enders is harder.
Yeah. I mean,
that's probably the easiest way to do it, is crafting the eyes.
Yeah.
We could do Caminite with it. Is there... Ooh, actually, you could get it before... Because you can get an Enderman data model. So with the hostile neural networks... And that'll give you the Ender predictions, and then with those the Ender prediction, you can make Endstone, and then with that you can also... Oh yeah, you can turn an apple... Well, no, just the generalized Ender prediction. You can turn an apple into a chorus fruit. Now getting the flower... Oh, you do that in a bonsai pot. Which I'd almost say you should have it be the flower that you plant, not the fruit. Yeah, I would change that to, you have to do the fruit. So in order to get the fruit, you have to Nature's Aura. I don't know, I might not have a Nature's Aura. What do you think?
I didn't. I passed by it. I'm not gonna add it.
Yeah.
No, like
it
the
was
only
more of
magic
a
mod I have
side-
right now is Ars Nuevo. Like the one that gave me that book. The launching book.
Oh yeah. I would want occultism in there too. That does look fun. I do want to play with that. But I think I'd have it in there kind of like we had Lordcraft, where it's in there but not necessary for anything.
Yeah. I'm also waiting, seeing what magic mods.
And what
Oh, should I add in your wall jump?
Yes. Wall jump is necessary. What is the mod that adds in these?
Mushrooms?
No. Well, yeah, but I presume it is
blue skies, I think.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Because these zombie villagers that have the craziness, they hit hard, and yeah, that is some nasty stuff early game. And this is...
Oh, snad, for sure.
Wow. Do you have Drit? Oh, that's something I might actually want. What is the... Because there's... the... Oh, what is it? I know... Farmers something? No. Oh, come on. Yes, the rich soil with the compost.
Well, from what, Farmers Delight?
Farmers Delight, yeah.
Yeah, I already got that.
And then it has farmland. Fertilized farmland. That you can prevent trampling and, like, how do you even get it? Is it a in-game type of thing, or like you have to fertilize it with something? Is there like a fertilizer? I don't know, maybe we'll have to watch a mod spotlight for it or something. Oh, there's green fertilizer, red fertilizer, and yellow. Okay. Yeah, and you, I guess you just craft the fertilizer. And then
Oh no, I haven't actually
modifies the farmland.
messed with it.
So like you can't get an item version of it. It has to be the others. There's a whole bunch of loot at the top of these. Holy cow. I'm not grabbing the loot because I'm in creative mode right now because I don't want these guys killing me. But yeah, it looks like it's just using vanilla blocks. It's just something that will do the terrain gen. I wonder if the chests have a special loot table.
I think so. We can change that.
Yeah. Yeah, we could adjust the loot table there. That would be nice. Oh, I love because they've got these it's a mill, right? A big windmill.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a big gear on the inside, and then like trap doors, kind of like this big, huge belt going down to the bottom side. It's pretty cool, actually. And like a big old differential in the middle, and then like it comes down and oh, okay, here's the down. Oh, there's redstone stuff. Well, that's kind of cool. Tons of bad guys in here, but I wonder if this is a thing where they'll keep spawning here, kind of like a bastion or a what's the pillager outpost or whatever.
Oh. You said you wanted occultism?
Yeah. Do you have a link for that, or?
No, I just passed by it. I just
Okay.
installed it.
Now, what is the ones that's oh yeah, Ars Nuevo, the ones with the different color trees. Yeah. But you think Blue Sky is the one that's got all these
The mushrooms,
terrain
yeah.
gen things?
Because if you look up Blue Sky, I'm pretty
Has like
sure...
screenshots and stuff of it.
No. In JEI.
Oh, over the garden wall. All right, what is over the garden wall? Find a mushroom
Look
house.
at those mobs. What are they? Yeah, just look.
That's a piglin brute.
Yeah. From what mob?
Minecraft.
Oh. How silly of me.
But they look like mushrooms. But that's what I'm saying. It's using all vanilla blocks. Did that seriously not have anything in it? I guess there's no loot table for that particular block. Yeah, weeping vines. And terracotta, that's the... Yeah, so let's Google... Oh, Grade says hi. He's got a new Twitch name, too. So you say Blue Sky. Blue Skies is a survival mod that adds dimensions, dungeons, and more.
Well, not enough wands has been updated, yes.
Ever Bright is a realm of eternal day and frigid cold. Ever Dawn has its sun forever rising. Yeah, Blue Skies is quite the exploration one, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the one that's
added it.
generating these structures, though.
I think it is, because if you do at Blue Skies...
Yeah, so there's a gatekeeper. Like, I've seen this. This is actually right nearby. Where's the... Wait, which way? This way. I think it's this way, actually. Yeah, because there's these houses, and that looks like the same as on one of the screenshots on their thing. So, like,
Yeah,
this building and
look,
stuff is...
the building that I destroyed where my bees are at.
Yeah, the moon shard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that this huge watermill thing or windmill thing next to it.
No,
is
I don't
part
know
of
about
it.
the windmill. I was
Yeah.
talking about the mushrooms, I think, is them.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be, yeah, but the one that I was just at kind of seems the same as this because it's all vanilla blocks. It just has a spawner that does piglin brutes. Where this is, I don't know if it's, I don't think there is a, pillager spawner here, or if they just made it that, hey, this is a structure that behaves like a regular Minecraft structure where you have to have, it can change what mods or mobs can spawn within it. Kind of like the witch hut and stuff.
Oh, advanced generators has been updated.
Ooh.
That's nice. I wonder what they changed on that.
Yeah, I like that. So if we are going to have tiered power gen, would you put advanced generators before or after an extreme reactor?
Before. Because there is a limit on it. Like, you can only install, like, the Manulin is 1, or Enderium, whatever the max one is, only like 500 RF per turbine you add, but you can only have like up to 20 turbines or something.
Yeah, well, unless thermal gets updated, we're not getting Enderium, but we should have Manulin.
Yeah, but Manulin or whatever they...
Yeah. Oh, this is the bedrock well thing with all the particles inside. Did you ever figure out what that is all about?
No, I don't think I've ever seen that, actually.
No, you totally did. Like you were, I thought you found one.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, but I want to know what, because this makes the overworld hard to go exploring, and I kind of like that.
There's just configurable extra mob drops, so we can make certain mobs drop certain items.
Yeah.
I really like that.
So you, like, need to either find a bunch of pillagers or wait till they spawn or go make a raid farm or something. If we say, oh, only pillagers drop this thing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Prefab? Yeah, well, yeah, why not?
Oh, yeah. I think prefab is... I kind of liked how that we gave him a prefab to start.
Although I'm probably going to gate some of the later stuff.
Oh, we can gate prefab, but yeah, the starter house, as long as there's nothing that is going to jump some progression in a starter house, then yeah, give them a starter house.
Villagers wear armor? Yeah. Make them even harder, dude.
Yeah, but they might need to, in order to craft the prefab things, they might need to do some sit a thing in some compressor or something or other or something, yeah. Oh, come on. But yeah, these... Yeah, because here's the Blue Skies Villager. The Gatekeeper. He'll give you a journal and he'll give you a Zill lighter. So yeah, Blue Skies for sure is in. What other
Well, I mean,
stuff?
again, the reason why I hadn't really messed with anything is because
There wasn't much to mess with.
there's no tech mods.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and I think with immersive engineering and the industrial Reborn, like I think we can do it well enough. I'm almost.
no, I mean,
I
I'd
like
wanna
the
wait
fact
for
that something like Mechanism, because
well, Mechanism will be updated for sure.
Yeah.
We know that.
yeah,
Sure,
but like
surprised.
when is a good question.
Hostile neutral networks.
Yeah. Well, neural, but yeah. Oh my goodness.
That's what I said. Hostile neutered networks.
This seems fun. All right. Anything else I should be? I should know, guys, before I explode your boat.
Yeah, let's go to
Cooked brittle flatfish. Okay.
category.
They're like, what's going on here?
I'm not gonna add any ore unification stuff yet.
Yeah.
I was thinking about adding in easy villagers, but I don't think I'm going to.
Yeah, I like the Piglin version more than the Villager version. But yeah.
I know, but it's... yeah.
But I completely understand why. It's just, probably too much.
Oh, Armor Plus has been updated.
Yeah. I think I knew that. Any more pillagers here for me to kill? I think I got them all. And this house, what is it from?
I mean, I already know I added in way too much. It's gonna crash.
Oh, forgot to turn the lights on back here, guys. Yeah, it's just all Minecraft stuff. So whatever is... I kind of think that this is the same thing adding in. Something is adding in just random structures.
Okay.
And I like it.
Let's see. We're up to 250 mods.
Oh, not too bad.
Let's see if it can even load. I know it's not gonna load. I just don't feel like
Oh, it says town hall. It's just the town hall by itself.
It's an abandoned village. Or
colony, yeah.
Colony. To sign in. Let's get to download the Minecraft launcher. Dude, set the buildings on fire before you leave. Set the witch on fire.
What? That is not a witch. That is a zombie. But he's got like a fish head or something.
What's that spawner? Just zombies?
Yeah, it's the zombie spawner. It's where the zombie actually came from. But, like, it might be NBT to give zombies that have fishing poles and fish heads. There's oh, interesting. The chain is supporting the ash, and the ash is supporting the chain. Kind of like the gravel and lantern trick, where you can have floating gravel on top of a lantern.
Yeah. Log in. And then I'm gonna go to put this password in, and it's gonna be like, you can't use a previous password. Where they do that so they get you to change it.
Did you lose your login?
No, it's saying it's the wrong password. But I know it's the right password.
Yeah, these creeper overhaul ones. I don't know how I feel about it.
I added it.
Like, I like it, but it does seem kind of weird. You should be able to light other mobs on fire too. Not just the creepers.
Oh, sign in with Microsoft.
Oh, okay. If it's a full block, you can do it. Okay, that one does. That might not be. No, it should be a full block. Did you put supplementaries in?
Yeah.
That way we can have ash. There we go. I got a floating one.
Oh, that's why I didn't want to use Overwolf, because it's like, oh, you have to use this launcher, you have to blah blah blah. Read chat. Oh, ZpprSprk, read chat.
Oh well, sorry. You can have floating chains. Oh yeah, chains themselves, I think, yeah, you can, but
I know this isn't. I know this is gonna crash like right away.
But yeah, the floating. Oh, that's not a thing though. Yeah, you can make the yeah, the lanterns on the bottom sides of the ash, and the ash would fall. That's totally. I totally did that over here. See? If I kill the ash, the lantern pops off. If I kill the lantern, the ash falls down.
Once it crashes, I'm going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it loads, I would be amazed, but I know it's not going to.
There we go. The sand is supported by the lantern, which is hanging off the sand. Just Minecraft physics.
Oh, see, look at that. It says only 2 mods loaded. I was like, it loaded, but only 2 mods loaded. Oh.
Did you forget to add in a mod loader? Or did you pick the wrong mod loader for all the mods you downloaded?
No. I mean, I selected Forge. It's just weird. Maybe because I was signing in the first time or whatever. Okay, now it's installing Forge.
Okay.
Open a new launcher. I don't care. That's why I don't use your launcher, Microsoft. No one likes you.
Oh, the seals are laying down because they're sleeping. And the sunrise. When the sun comes up, what are they going to do? They're going to start waddling around?
I loaded way too quick. Yep, same thing. Okay, so when I...
Okay, Great says the structures are from If Dungeons Arise. Is that a mod in the thing? Let me check. Loader mods.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there's no ones. If there's no dungeons. There's dungeon crawl, but I don't think that is those. There's repurposed structures and dungeon crawl. And we had those already.
I have
repurposed structure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when dungeons arise. Not if, when dungeons arise.
I don't know if I had that.
Oh, it's down in the W's. You might not have gotten to it yet.
No, I was just going by featured.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's downloading all the mods. Well, not the mod pack, all the mods, but all the mods that.
I just love the silly things that you have to do when because the pack exists. Like they have to put a disclaimer on their pack download that no, of course this doesn't have all the mods.
Dude, they don't have nearly close to anywhere. Like, dude, when they came out with all the mods 1, and it was on 110, that pack was so much fun. It really was. And that's where everyone started coming back to modded after the 1.8, little break, hiatus, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, all the mods 10, or all the mods 1 on
yeah, because of the 110 packs that really stick in my mind. Like it's like Sky Factory, was it 3?
Yep.
And all the mods. I guess they did have that was the first one with Enigmatica as well. It's 110.
No, the Sky Factory 3 was 112.
No. Sky Factory 4 was 112.
You should look that up because
Sky Factory 3 is 110.
Okay.
And I think wasn't Stone Block the original Stone Block a 110?
No, that had to be a 112. So that's a relatively.
The Stone Block 2 was 112. But I think Stone Block is 110. I'm gonna search it up. Boop.
No, because Exigence 2 is 112.
Exigence 2 is 118. Enigmatica.
No, yeah, Enigmatica 2, I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, I think, Enigmatica right there is 110.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah.
2 is 112.
And then
now what about Sky Factory 3?
Sky Factory 3.
Is what?
I put a space in. You're not supposed to have a space. FTB presents Sky Factory 3, 110.
No, okay. What was the other pack?
Stone Block.
Maybe Stone Block is 110.
The original Stone Block is 112.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then FTB presents Stone Block 2 is 112 as well. Yeah. And then since it's an FTB pack, they're like, this pack is no longer updated on FTB on the CurseForge app. If you want the latest version, you have to go to the FTB app.
Actually, you can use GD Launcher and...
Yeah, I know.
See, that's
you can
why...
use multi-MC too. You can...
Well, yeah. No. Actually, no. So I tried to go to the FTB website, right? Because I wanted to... it was like when 1.16 first came out.
I know, but
1.16.5, and I wanted to download the zip file of like, I think it was Dyer's pack, because it was like the latest pack, right? And I was like, I'm gonna download this, check out some of these new mods.
Direwolf 20.
Yeah, it was the 1.16 pack, right? Yeah. And they were like, nope, you have to install it through our launcher. You can't download the zip.
Really? Because I'm on multi-MC and it looks like I can just do it.
That's how it was. Yeah, that's how, like, when you go to their website, you weren't able to just straight up download the zip. Well, finally I finished downloading. That was half a gig.
Yeah, it says downloading mods now on multi-MC. And I just did the 1.16.
Yeah, GD Launcher can do it too. But see, that's why I just don't like FTB.
Oh, it was before they did any of that shenanigans that I started not liking FTB.
Like,
it was...
I started not liking them.
It was FTB Continuum that sealed the deal, but they were on thin ice before then for me.
Although Beyond was actually really good. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, Infinity...
That was the
I think Infinity was their best pack, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Infinity Evolved, for sure. Without a doubt. Okay, here we go. We're loading up and get ready for a crash.
Oh, I can't wait.
You can't see.
I'm anxiously awaiting the word from what is happening on your thing. This is oil. Can I burn the oil?
And there's the crash.
No, I can't burn oil in the water. It's rude.
It says while rendering overlay.
While rendering overlay. Did you forget to, like, turn on the overlay?
It literally could be anything. Okay, well, I'm not gonna mess with this now. I'm going to bed. Oh,
yeah, Ars Nova you put in, right?
Yeah.
That's actually, I do like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, did you put artifacts in? You get a lucky scarf or other things? Weren't you messing with a bunch of the artifacts?
Yeah, I was, because the skull was cool. But, yeah. Alright, man. I'll catch you later.
Yeah.
Alright, have a good one.
You too. Is there one? Oh, it's over here. Okay, not anything good. But yeah, for exigence, I really want to I really like the idea of adjusting loot tables, because that means, oh, you have to go to a certain dungeon to get a good chance of this thing, or you could, like, go through this big rabbit hole. I like that idea. But is there a like JER or something that does loot? Let's see. If I say book, and then I say, what is the recipes of a book? Villager trades. Oh, and I would add in villager trades too. But yeah, I think, yeah, I want some things to be easier to get if you go find them in a dungeon or something. And some of them would be like just the only way to find them. Not that the only way to do it would be needed for like the pack progression, but I would make it so that oh, I did this one already. The only way to do certain things, well, for the pack, like the quest book, to get 100% in the quest book, you would need to do stuff. But like you could progress to the end without it, but maybe have a really hard thing at the end of your game that you need to do to make it, or you just go find it in dungeon that you could get earlier in the pack. So I do like that idea. But I need to take a break at least. So I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Thanks for your patience. I appreciate it. Yes, I'm having so much fun. I do have a lot of fun in creative mode sometimes, just flying around being silly. Alright. Boop. Actually the TNT I should probably not have. Actually probably these either. Actually, let's just dump all of this stuff. I don't know how much of it that I pulled out. That is not, and then I had 2 of those, I guess. Okay. Let's put these in here. Alright, sticks to here, and then those. There we go. Hello. How are you doing? Alright, now sort. Boop. Alright, what do my guys want? Pretty good? That's good. I'm doing pretty good. Spruce, iron, frame paper extras, frame cobble, colony banners, more frame paper extras, rail, a large fern, extra shingles. Oh my goodness. And he can do diamond axes now. I don't have much diamond, do I? Should be able to make some more. There we go. Alright, and now... Alright, axe. Boop. Here, you can have those two. Okay, iron. Iron. Boop.
I get to build it again?
Here, let's just make a stack. Need the wool.
Serve with pleasure.
Rail, cobble slabs, dark oak fence. Dark oak, I want to say is like back here. No, where's the... It's like this one, no? Which one has the planks in it? I always forget. And then I look it up and I'm like, oh yeah, that one. Dark oak. Ah, that's right. All the way over here by the door. Okay. Is the stick still back here? Yeah. Okay, dark oak fence. Cobble slabs. Cobble. I thought cobble was back here. Where did my cobble go? Okay, it had the planks with it. Alright, let's go cobble slabs. Alright, 256 should be enough for a bit. Alright, we need spruce stairs. Rails, ferns. Didn't I have... Or do I have shears in my backpack? I do. All right. Nope. This one, sort. All right, now where... There was somewhere that I think it was west that I had to go to get the ferns. It's quite a ways out there, so... Ah, here's a fern. But that's one that's being used as decoration. Can you bone meal the little ferns to make double tall and then get them that way? I want to test. Where's my bone meal? Bone meal down here. All right. Not that. Yeah, that doubles them. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. And boop. Alright, 32. I'll go put that one back. It was right there. Large fern. How do you get the large fern then? Large. Oh, you have to put two ferns together. Okay, well, I can do that. A rail, which is stick and iron. Okay, so I just need all these. And then acacia, acacia, dark oak, dark oak, dark oak, and I need some cobble and acacia, dark oak. Okay, perfect. All right, so the first one is 27 plain dark oak with paper extra. Paper extra, dark oak, plain. There's 32. 14 framed dark oak planks. Five right left crossed. Left right crossed. Right left crossed with acacia. Well, that's 13, so I need to do at least one more. Well, okay, now let's put these in, see what it says. Okay. Left, right, crossed. 2 of them. All right. Now we need supported by acacia. Brick extra acacia, brick extra shingles. 168 of them. All right. Acacia, brick extra. That's the other way. No, it is this way. Let's get 3 stacks of this. That should be 192, so it should be enough. And we got it. Okay, good. Let those guys go building. Let's put all the rest of this away then. Oh, I don't like the rain. If I could stop the rain somehow. Is there like cyclic or something that has some rain stopper? You should definitely add that if it does. All right, well, they're doing that. Let's, what are some research things that we did? We needed to upgrade our farm in order to get, oh, the bone meal. We need the bone meal for that. That was here? Yeah. You guys are still here researching, huh? Research in the rain, I guess. Farms level 3. Farms level 3. Why is my farm not level 3? Was it one that was being up? Oh, it was the one that needed all the acacia. Okay, well, it's got all the acacia now. We just need to let the dude finish building, I guess. Alright, so we have to wait till... Wait till it stops raining. Alright, what else can we research then? I'm like, where's my sleeping bag? But it hopped down. Can you get an extra worker? No, Brinley needs what? Brinley doesn't have a job. Brinley. What can Brinley be? This is a hospital. This is not done yet. That's not done yet. Builder. Yeah. That is a guard shack. Brindley can be a guard over here, yeah? I think so. Yeah. You're hired, Brindley! Come be a guard. Doo-doo-doo. What do you need? A bunch of brick extra with oak supported. No, dark oak. And blue stuff. Yeah, just a second, Sharkana. Oh, how's this? This is a bunch. 21 of them. Let's go. Alright, let's see, yeah, boop. Come on, let me drag her in. There we go.
Hey,
How are ya?
I did a dum-dum.
Oh, what'd you do?
I got mad at a bottle of Gatorade Zero.
You got mad at a bottle of Gatorade.
Yep.
Okay, well, was it tasty enough? Maybe it wasn't tasty and it was like its fault.
Yeah. I'm still drinking it. But
So you haven't like
premise
completely
is that-
given up on it.
yeah, I had to give up on opening it bare hand and instead use the invention that the thing that my dad put up in our fridge. Not fridge, sorry.
Like an opener.
Yeah. That goes up underneath the cabinets. For any hard bottles that we can't open.
Oh, okay. So like so
Like you stick it up there, you twist, and it opens.
okay, so it's like mounted on the underside of the cabinet and it just helps grab onto the lid or whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
So I can't believe I got mad over a bottle. I was furious. I was infuriated so much that I almost threw the bottle across the floor. That should never happen. You should never get mad at an inanimate object.
I mean, yeah, like depends on what you're upset at it for. If you're upset at it for because you've humanized it in some way, then yeah, that's your own fault. But if it's being difficult because I mean, yeah, it's not like the bottle wouldn't open. It's that whoever closed it too tight or whatever closed it. So
no, nobody opened it. Like it was a fresh bottle.
Yeah, so the factory, so whatever machine in the factory closed it was not set right or something.
Ah. Okay.
That could be.
Okay then. Thank you very much for that. And more news, more college news. We now have a new module, but the first assignment that's due is journals 2 and 3, and that's due tomorrow, but I don't know if we're gonna do it or not. And Tomorrow's what? Sunday?
Yeah.
Yay!
Have you ever had assignments due on Sunday yet?
I just told you that we have an assignment due on Sunday, but no. To answer your question, no.
You haven't had any yet, so okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be some issue. Grade wants to join voice chat. Let's have a big party now. Yeah, where's your thing? I don't see it in the word general. He's not joining. There he is. Boop. There you go.
Welcome. I like your profile pic. It's very cool. So.
I don't hear him yet. Do you hear him?
Mm-mm.
Maybe he's trying to figure out his audio settings or something.
Yeah, probably. So, yeah, we won't have class until the 23rd. So,
Alright, there she is.
Yeah, he may be having technical issues.
I serve with pleasure.
Did he hop back out? No, he's still there. Yeah, he's not muted or anything. He should be able to say stuff.
No.
He's got issues on. No, we cannot hear you in Discord. So I don't know if you need to switch devices that it's using. It got switched somehow or just what, but... Okay. I don't know if I'm like... I don't know if I mind this, the way this is coming out here.
So, let me see what's going on. If I can hear him or not, okay?
Okay. Oh, drag me in now. Okay. Oh, and then I have to watch the chat.
I get to build it again?
All good to go? Okay, let's bring both of you in. Hello?
Yep. I heard him.
Let's see. He's got...
Great. It could be that,
Yeah, I don't think it's anything particularly on the server that's issued. I don't know. Because the permissions on the stream voice channel is just like the other one, except for a certain group has to, you have to be in the certain group in order to join. But you can be drug in and everything should work just fine for you. And Sharkana's permissions aren't any different than Grade, so it doesn't seem like
he says he can't hear us in stream PC.
Huh. I know he's been in and it worked for him in the past, but I don't know if
so
anything has
he's
changed
on
recently.
mobile.
Oh, he's on mobile right now?
Yeah,
That might have something to do with it.
I think that's the reason.
But I don't know. He's gonna hop on his PC, he says.
Okay, give him a second and he's gonna hop on the PC side. Yeah, unfortunately, with mobile, you can't necessarily be in lots of rooms or else you get disconnected, which is poopy. Because you should be allowed to be in lot rooms. Good luck, grade.
Oh, he hasn't turned on his computer for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fighting my computer on Thursday.
So.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the stream on Wednesday, but I kept disconnecting. Or like, no, my client kept crashing. And when I loaded it up Thursday, because I was going to hop on and just do some stuff off stream, and I couldn't last more than 5 seconds in the world before it crashed. And it was always the DLL for my video card driver that it was complaining. So I'm like, all right, let's go to AMD and see if they have new video card drivers. And so I downloaded there was a it could have been, yeah. And there was some sort of like, download this tool and we will scan your computer and figure out what the best drivers for all of your AMD stuff are. So I'm like, okay, sure. So I did that, and then it did its thing and was taking forever, and it had to reboot twice in the whole process, and my operating system had updates as well, so it needed to reboot and do those. So I think it only needed 2 reboots for the whole process, but it took like 2 or 3 hours for the whole thing.
Ugh.
And then once it was done, I'm like, okay, now that all that's done, let me get back on the mod pack and see if it's doing it. And then it was letting me, so let's try now. Can Great hear us now?
It worked. Come on. Yay!
Hey.
Yay!
So it is a mobile problem.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, with lots of rooms on mobile, it just won't let us stay in for very long. Which is weird. I'm trying to remember if there is a way to fix that, and I don't remember that much.
I opened this thing in ages.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. My head kind of hurts, but allergies. What can you do?
Allergy medicine.
Yeah, I don't need allergy medicine.
Let's grab it.
I was
It's not
worried
that
because my
bad.
parents came into my room.
Was that your family?
That's what I thought.
Boop. Okay, that should be that.
The mouse was dead 2 days ago.
Crafting table.
Wait, what?
Scroll wheel died. My scroll wheel just died. For some reason.
Aww.
And I am the biggest scroll wheel user in the whole history.
Chest and helmet. Doo-doo-doo. Where's the nuggets?
I'm sorry for your loss. Grade.
Didn't I have nuggets?
It's
over
fixed
I know
now.
that.
Somewhere?
It's fixed now, so like I got it fixed.
Do I even have nuggets still?
And the thing I'm happy about and like excited about the fact that I fixed it myself somehow.
Over here. Why are they over here?
That's awesome.
Boop.
Apparently the scroll wheel thingy was like connected to the circuit board of the mouse. But like, you know where like your mouse wheels thingy like goes into the scroll wheel? The like socket thingy? Like that thing was like very, like it wasn't like tight enough to pick it up and like actually scroll with it.
She can't do the chain yet.
So I had to just tighten it up a bit.
What
was
did
good
I
all- it was
do?
all good.
Okay.
And I found out my mouse carries weights apparently.
The aluminum? Is aluminum up?
My mouse has an extra 10 grams of like a metal piece of weight inside it. So I also removed that and now my mouse is like so light. I like
I
it.
wonder if me getting angry was because about my
Wait, wasn't the-
grandpa who's in hospice right now.
I've got a lot of exams. Jeez. I just looked that up. Jeez.
You got a lot of Sams.
I got like,
Why?
whoa, wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay,
8,
why
9,
is my thing not working?
11 exams.
Oof.
Jeez, what the hell?
Faraday boots. Oh, it's aluminum plates. Okay. I knew it was aluminum. But they have
So, what I've been, I know Zipper has been like doing the SMP thingies. I saw your like last video when it was like you're doing tunnels in the nether. That is when I last saw it.
Yeah.
Then I saw your ADN All the Mod 7 series and I was like, hey, he's playing a mod pad again. And then my exams actually like started again. Still in my exams. Still got like a couple.
Boom. Clang, clang, clang. Yeah, and before
I'm
you guys
listening.
hopped on, Dr. Morg and I were talking about we might be
Oh, I was there.
starting the exigence development here soon.
Oh, I was there, mate.
You were there?
I was.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm not.
If you would have minded to hear the chat, I guess.
Oh, that's right. I was, because I had the, I had a browser up above it, so I couldn't see it. Sometimes I forget. Oh, and helmet. Oh, it's not boots, it's a
It ain't a
helmet.
problem.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Classic.
So,
I've been playing Hypixel's Carblock lately. And a
see,
lot.
I just don't want to play any video games right now. Cause like I've just been watching a little silly ton of YouTube videos on
And like the thing is, like I have to use a VPN. I can also watch a lot of stuff on Netflix, but like I gotta use a VPN. Why? Because I'm in India, so like most of the shows like that I wanna watch, they're just not available over here. So like I wanted to watch Naruto and stuff, and it like took me a month
See,
or
I don't watch
to like
anime.
get set it up. I know why. I'm a big anime fan for some reason.
Where is white? Okay.
yeah, nah.
I don't know why it reminds me
I
of my
just have
childhood.
way too. Oh God, don't.
No.
Dark oak and spruce. Okay. Spruce, dark oak. Okay.
Oh wow, they added something new.
22
Discord.
white paper extras with spruce.
Okay.
That is not enough. Okay, I figured.
Oh, that is so good.
And I do have a slight discomfort, aka heartburn.
30 should be enough.
I really gotta
almost
be
got my leg
careful.
broken. I almost got my leg broken like I think a month ago or something.
Okay, 8 left, right, cross. And that's just
I don't know why. I study. I can study for like a couple hours, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go and play something. And then I just open my PC and I'm like, do I really want to play though? Then I turn it off. Take like 5 minutes of just running around my house, talking to my parents and stuff. And then I come back, sit down, and I'm like, do I really want to study now? Do I really want to study now?
brick extra and oak, and then dark oak.
I just can't focus.
So let's do 30 of those first.
Oh Lord.
We've got oak, and where's the
happened?
brick extra? Is up here. Yeah, what's going on?
That was some...
I just might watch some YouTube videos again.
Alright. Again, just to make sure, I'm watching these the second time.
What?
Okay.
How come I don't get a thing?
See, yeah.
That is right. Brick extra. Oh no, you
Oh, he
need
left
2 brick
already.
extra, right?
Is Morg like playing with you, or like are you doing a solo thingy with all the mod 7?
He's on here.
It's like, oh, so it's like a server or something?
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't know why I just wanted to get out of mods for some reason. I just wanted to do something different.
Oh wait, some dark oak stuff just popped up.
Just playing too much mod max.
Slabs
Something new,
and
you know
stuff.
Chosen Architect?
Yeah.
Like, he released his own mod pack. Again.
Yeah.
Really? What is it? I think it's like something Project Architect or something.
Yeah, it's yeah, I
Felt
can't remember
really
the name,
cool.
but
It is, yeah, it is Project Architect. It felt really cool. I like tried the pack, but like literally in the first like I think a day or two, my game was crashing every single time. Even though I was allocating enough RAM, I wasn't having any RAM leaks. Like every 5 minutes, my game would crash, and then I had to like actually check the mod pack of like every single config and mods, and there weren't any like incompatibilities, so like the game was just crashing on its own for some reason. And it was causing a lot of mess up. Because I would progress, the game would crash, it would not save, and then I had to progress again, so it was very annoying. And I ended up reporting it, and they were like, it might be a problem with your device because not many people are having it.
yeah, that's the toughest part of like with being in charge of pack development.
Yep.
When only one person reports something and I can't get it to, I can't reproduce it
You
locally.
can like recreate it on other devices.
Yeah, if I can't recreate it and they can't recreate it, I'm like,
Is it really a bug, or are they just missing?
yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I believe
I do get that.
I
do get that.
believe that they're having the issue, but
Yeah.
like it might not be a problem with the pack.
It just might be a problem with like their settings towards the game
Yeah.
or something. Because personally, I play with like the lowest settings, and The only reason I play with the lower setting is that I can get like a bit more FPS and can actually feel that I'm playing the game.
Right.
Like I can play with like normal settings, but then my FPS is between like 15 to like 20, and like it doesn't go above. So like I just turn it like all the settings down a bit so that I can get like a bit more FPS and actually feel like that I'm playing the game.
Yeah. Well, with as laggy as my worlds were getting in Project Ozone 3, like as long as
Much fun, bro.
as long as it was at least like 15 FPS,
you were good.
I was fine because I'm like, this is actually working well enough that I can move around. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see where I'm going. Okay, I wanted to ask you upon something. Have you seen the Draconic Evolution mod, the 116 update, or the new update?
I have a bit, yeah.
Like, did you see the texture changes?
Yeah, some of them. I
So,
only.
do you like them, or like, are you disagreed with them?
I mean, they're probably fine. I don't remember them too terribly much.
I don't know why. I really like them.
Because I
feel like
I
did a
looked
good
at
job.
it and then didn't really do much.
So like
other than that.
like AE2, they have been updating. They haven't like updated their textures, but like when they updated their textures for 1.16, it felt like we were like actually playing a newer version of AE2 because it kind of matched the theme of the 1.14 texture update. I really personally liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was actually really like good looking. Like when I saw AE2, I was like, "Is this AE2?
Ding dong!
Is this actually AE2? Oh yeah."
Somebody's home. I'm here. Let me in.
It's a maid. It's maid. It's the maid.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, the doorbell thing is literally right outside my room. So
Yeah, I'm here to do my work. Let me in. Alright, and then
Knock,
this
knock.
and this. Alright, and then wool. 1, 2, 3.
you wanna
4.
do this? You wanna do something? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Hawaii.
Why who?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Nice.
Here's a good one.
Probably
Ready?
assume he did not get it.
Knock knock.
Is there?
Little old lady.
Little old lady who?
I didn't know you could yodel.
I can yodel actually.
I know
Actually
you just
can,
did.
Yodeling.
Yeah, that's
know.
that's a fun one. I
I've
do
been,
like that.
I've been doing it since like, I think like I think since I was a kid. I know why.
Tall grass.
I think if you actually like look up top yodelers in the world, I think it does show up him. Not YouTubers. How do you type yodel?
Yodel. YODEL.
Okay. Okay.
Now is
I know
someone...
there's like one. There's like an Indian yodeler. He's a really good singer. He has been a really good singer. He was also a yodeler, and his name was in like the world's best yodelers thingy.
Mhm.
And I think I kind of adopted by like watching him because my parents were like a really big fan of him. Basically, my whole parent generation was like a really big fan of that guy because he was one of the top singers. He was the top singer in India. So like everybody like really liked him. So I think I just took it up from him, just like watching him as I grew up.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that like tech mods aren't getting like updates.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Dr. Morgan and I were talking about earlier. That's like, yeah, that's the biggest thing that is needed now is the tech mods. 8 and 8 and
Because like basically every single I've seen basically every single mod for like magic mods, terrain mods, like basically like so much variety for those things in like exploration mods and like all that stuff for like 1.17 and 1.18. I haven't really seen like any good tech mods. I have seen immersive. I did play a pack with only immersive and it was so fun. I have never individually only played with immersive. I had to like actually take on buildings from that mod. So like it actually really felt good for like playing with like a single mod.
Red carpet.
You feel really good.
Red carpet, I think.
Ask you, according to you, which mod is the laggiest mod you have ever played with?
The laggiest?
The thing that just kind of almost breaks a PC.
Fire and Ice.
Oh, that's a really good argument actually. But I would actually disagree upon that. Because that mod can be configured if it's actually configured nicely.
Well, the things that I've had issues with it in the past is when one of the dragons, like underground terrain or dungeon things.
The tier 4s and 5s.
Yeah. If so it generates close enough to like a village, then like the AIs of the dragon and the villagers can conflict with each other. And I've had it had it corrupt worlds because like the dragon destroys the point of interest, but the villager is mid task trying to pathfind to that point of interest.
You know what is like even worse with that situation? That whole like tier 5 dragon thingy and that village on top is like literally in your spawn chunks. If you actually have that, you can believe that you might actually like just corrupt your whole game or something.
Yeah, it is kind of dangerous. And
no, I have seen Owlcraft. If you know Owlcraft,
yeah,
I am an Owlcraft veteran. I'm a big Owlcraft veteran. I have been playing Owlcraft. The first mod packs I have ever played.
I have a YouTube series where I did Owlcraft.
Oh, that's cool. I like really do Owlcraft like competitively. Like I love to explore. First thing I want to do in Owlcraft is get something that's like rideable, like a mount, and then just like explore the
go
whole
over
area.
Yeah. Oh, trying to climb up on top of that.
Just like go wherever I want, just like explore every area, and that is why I played Owlcraft. Like in that, there's Ice and Fire, and in recently 2.9, the new Owlcraft update, they changed a lot of things. First of all, they made the early game harder. The best thing of them all, they made the game have better performance somehow. Vaxi actually ended up making the game have so much better performance than 2.8. Because before 2.8, if you actually needed Owlcraft to like perform nicely on your PC, you needed like that mod, you needed Vanilla Fix, Optifine, Foam Fix, that, all that things.
Yeah.
What Shivaxi did in 2.9 is that he just made that if you're getting the mod pack, the only possible mod you want to add is Optifine. Like literally don't add anything except that and you'll have the best performance you can.
Yeah, well, I think he developed it with a shaders pack that he used through Optifine, so it was developed with Optifine in mind. So
he was developing with Optifine, and like earlier in 2.8 and stuff, you had to like manually add all the performance adds mods like Vanilla Fix and all that things. But like in 2.9 and above, he's making it so that those mods are already in. The only possible performance mod you want to add is Optifine. Anything except that has a possibility to break the game.
Yeah, and he probably would have put it in had it not been for the licensing issue on that. And a lot of people don't
Yes.
like it because they have other things they like to do instead. But
Yep, and then also there's that thing. What's it called? You know, entity culling mod?
which one?
Entity culling mod.
Not off the top of my head.
Like, it's basically a mod that, like, when you're like the cities, if you're like not in the line of sight, those entities are like not in the line of sight of a player, they don't render in the game. Save up a bit of performance.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
And what that mod does, that it basically makes it so that whichever mobs that are like behind blocks that I don't have direct line of sight with you, they will just not render. And so like it just creates so good performance. Actually, your game is so much better with that thing. The reason Shivaxi actually added it in the first place is that it fixed a very big bug. There was a bug that if you had the mod chunk animator in Owlcraft, if you had that on, you just like spam function F3A to reload your chunks, you could actually see the underground dungeons and the underground like dragons and stuff. So what entity culling like made them not render, so it also fixed that exploit a lot. So that was the main reason he added that in, and then he explored that like it also increases performance, he made it compatible, and then all that things. It's so much more better now. He is now getting 2.9.1 out, which has even more performance.
Is it plain? Yeah, plain.
He's just making Owlcraft so that everybody, literally everyone can play.
$40, $30, okay, 36, so 40 is going to be enough.
For me, I'd say Mine Colonies is the laggiest.
I mean, it can be. I've only done a couple tweaks with it.
I had like a small thing. I
always decrease the delay between their mining and placing things because they go way too slow in the beginning.
I had a world. I remember having a world in which when I placed down the ship that you get, I placed it down to like get the town hall and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My game literally just crashed. Then when I looked at the logs, none of the files were saved. So I ended up believing that it was actually Mine Colonies that caused that lag. And it was a very small mod pack. It was, I think, it was the Mine Colonies mod pack. Yeah, it was a Mine Colonies mod pack.
Yeah, as I know that they have been working on it recently. They've gotten some performance stuff changed and updated recently.
The reason I was playing MC Eternal also. The only reason I didn't get into Mine Colonies was that. Because I did not want that much of my world to get corrupted, that much progress to get corrupted and stuff.
Oh, he's dancing on the roof. Look at that.
Your stream open.
Oh, what is the... What's the zoom key that I have?
It should be C as default.
I know, but is Optifine even listed in here? Because I did put Optifine in. No.
I don't think when you load up the game, there's this thing like where it shows you the mods on the main screen, on the home screen. I think it shows Optifine in there.
Isn't it on here? Like it can tell you the zoom?
It's like in miscellaneous, I think.
Because there's other. Performance. No.
I'm not watching your stream. I should open it up.
I don't know, but see? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. I didn't know if it was conflicting or something, but well, he's gone to bed anyways. It took too long. Are they going to bed? Oh, I need to check
I
to
got into
see,
Hypixel Sky.
because I think that we might have a housing issue. Maybe. We'll check over here. Someone hanging out in here? No, just the trader.
Have any idea of Hypixel Skyblock? Do you like by chance have any idea of Hypixel Skyblock?
No.
Okay.
Okay, we have a little dude down here. Upstairs is two guys, okay. And this is a level 3. Yeah. Okay, and then this house, I want to say there's a house that doesn't have all the things built. So there's 2 dudes in here. And I've got 2 dudes in here.
Mine colony is really bad, but it's how the villagers react.
Oh, it might be this one. He's in the middle of building it. And it doesn't have the upstairs yet. Yeah. This guy's
You
just...
have the clipboard. Don't you have like a clipboard thing, that thing?
Okay, his bed's down here. He can't sleep in it because the stairs are in the way. What is...
Hey, classic.
Okay, I don't understand that, but sure. But yeah, until that house is done, they're not going to be all ready to be tucked in bed.
TV, yay! I forgot to tell, I got a TV.
You got a TV?
Literally right above my setup. It's like it acts like a TV, and then I can also use it as a second monitor if I want to.
Oh yeah, that's great.
I got it. Because I want to have like a second monitor.
Yeah, our TVs, we have just little ones. And if you hook a computer
So
to it, it
it's
only
like
does
19 inch
720.
one.
It's not even a 1080.
One I have,
on
it's like a
the
19-inch
TV.
one. Small.
Yeah, that's not bad. Is it a decent resolution?
Yeah, it's at least 60 hertz, so I don't really care that much. Because I literally haven't used it as a TV, only have used it as a second monitor yet.
Alright, what?
So it's at least on 60 hertz, and I don't really care about anything else.
Should I put in the tavern here? I kind of don't want to put the tavern in,
know,
but
you
that's what this spot here is for, is the tavern. But I might build out more of the town first.
Okay. Yeah, I might leave. I actually gotta study, bro.
No, that's fine.
Got a whole goddamn maths exam, and I need to goddamn study.
Yeah, what level of math is it?
Every maths.
It's just all the
I
math?
don't know how it works in India. Somehow it does.
Well, is it like algebra, calculus? Is it...
Yep. It's like, yeah, it's
like
like
trigonometry?
secondary math.
Okay.
I'm not. I ain't got trigonometry yet.
No, okay.
It's gonna be in the finals though.
But is it doing any calculus stuff yet,
Oh.
or is it algebra?
No, not really. I got algebra, I got geometry, got constructions and stuff, got polynomials,
Okay, yeah,
got number
that's
system.
yeah, algebra, maybe pre-calculus, but I mean pre-calculus is essentially algebra 3, but
Yeah, I guess.
yeah, because when I was in high school, we had
Yes.
pre-algebra, algebra 2, and then pre-calculus and calculus. And then you need a
Yeah.
trig and geometry in there somewhere too. So
You went non-medical, I guess.
yeah,
That's where I'm going also. Guess I'll leave now.
yeah, go
That's
study.
study.
I need to get to bed. It's almost 1 o'clock here, so
Okay, so see ya.
yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for coming. I will find. Oh my goodness, there's only 2 people on my following list that are streaming right now.
Good luck.
I'll have to go to the recommended list and see if there's anybody there that looks interesting. Yeah, nothing that's really pulling me in. I think I'm just gonna yeah, we'll just go to Jenny B. He's got something. I think he's doing modded, but I don't know what pack it is. So I'll head over there. Boop, 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 boop. All right, see you later, guys.